Alright, so the next book that I have is Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. A lot of you would be aware of how hyped this book has been, and I hope that it's for the right reasons. I don't read a lot of hype books, but I've just recently been very experimental.
Always a good thing. Am I supposed to guess?
Yeah, try.
The clothes are on the cover, the clothes of the human personas are Victorian and Elizabethan, so obviously it's like, I don't know, olden times or some caricaturizing of an older time.
But
it's a circus. It's a circus, so yeah. But that's all I know. It's a circus that happens at night. Oh, maybe.
But there's also a cover edition which is white with black stuff on it, like white base and black.
But it's still the night circus, no?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a circus that happens at night. Or it could be a mysterious circus thing.
I'm pretty sure she's read it. Because even I don't know what it is, and it just written at the back.
Yeah, I read the back book when she was
Pamuk, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright. Much to every booktuber's dismay, I have yet another book to show which is not in the best condition. But this is for the purposes of art. I use the cover for...
But they don't know what the book is yet.
One second, I'm getting there. I use the cover for a painting and the back also for another painting. It's that side of the room so you can't see it. Anyway, it's Catcher in the Rye. And I've read it a couple of times, almost finished it a couple of times, but I don't know why I never got around to the end. So I like coming of age novels and I find it interesting. So I think I'm going to revisit it this time to finally get to the last 20 pages and finish it.
I couldn't get past a couple of pages.
But
yeah, I've tried so many times.
I like a slight stream of consciousness and this general psychological way of talking, and I like it. And
I really wanted to read this book. I just couldn't get past a couple of pages.
I think what helps is it doesn't have a cover now, so it looks like an old book, and again it's got that charm. So yeah, I think I'll get around to finishing it this time. So it's Catcher in the Rye again.
Woohoo! So I'm left with 2 books now, and I want Pia to guess this one. It's called The Muse by Jessie Burton, and can you guess what it is? By the way, I'm sorry, beautiful cover.
It is.
Beautiful cover.
It is. It really is.
I love this
gorgeous
cover.
I think it's about the idea of the muse. No points for guessing. But I also think that there's something slightly ominous attached to the idea of the muse, because with this, like a self-destructive kind of obsession that people assign maybe to the idea of the muse. I don't know why. Because there's the poor bad-mouthed snake again. There's the guns, and yeah, I think that's the only negative. The pistols, not guns, and yeah, and there's a lot of creative faculty thrown in. There's paintbrushes and there's a typewriter.
But what do you guess of it? Like what
it's about someone's muse as they write, and maybe things don't go too well about the real person and the persona in the art piece. So I could be wrong, but I think I just made up a great story.
As far as I know, there is something to do with this painting. Yeah. And that's all I know. Because I did not read too much into it. But there's something to do with the painting, and it travels from one place. I don't know, honestly. But it's going to be really interesting. Really I hope it is as good as the cover is, because it's a beautiful. I'm obsessed with this cover, by the way.
I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like I would frame just the cover and put it in my room.
I might do that too, but I like the book.
I love it.
Alright, so which one do you have?
Next I have Freud, The Interpretation of Dreams. So I've read parts of it for a course on Great Books during my masters, but I never got around to reading it, front to back, and I want to do that now. And in some way, it's almost like slightly surreal to read. It's a different world, so yeah, as much as it is a non-fictional piece, I quite enjoy it.
So I will get to my last book, which I am also lending it to you.
Yes, I will guard it with life.
This
Maybe.
month. This
not.
The remaining of the month. Yeah. That is The Red-Haired Woman by Orhan?
Yeah. Orhan Pamuk.
Orhan Pamuk.
Proper noun.
But this is my first by Pamuk, and I'm pretty excited because Pia's been talking about the books and everything for a very, very long time. So this is my first one. It's also a recent release, I believe. I'm not sure.
I think this one is.
It is, right?
I mean, I haven't read it.
I think it's a recent release. So I'm pretty excited. What? I'm pretty excited about this book.
As Pamuk's influence on people.
Yeah. And you can have this for the remaining of the month.
Yes, this is going to be my to read for a while. I think I'm really excited to do that.
So you might be at the second part of this video because I think it's become a pretty long one, so we were thinking of dividing into 2 parts. But we do have another one coming up soon where Pia will help me pick few of my books for the next month's reading list, so that's exciting. And I can be a little flexible about the books that I select, but the challenge is that I cannot think twice about what Pia picks for me.
That's how important I am.
No, that's just the challenge.
Okay,
and we come to the Pias. We come to the Pias.
The Pias. Okay.
And now, Pia, you're left with one more book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is called Homing, and it's by Katie Ailes, I think. Ailes, Katie. But she's part of a poets collective called Loud Poets. Mm-hmm. And I heard them perform when I was in Edinburgh for the Fringe Festival. And it was amazing. Her poetry was lovely, very centered, you know, like the one that has its own gravity.
Yeah.
And this is about the idea of home. And I think it's beautiful because my favorite kind of literature is diasporic and, you know, stuff about home and identities and spaces. And this is about that and, you know, like how we perceive home in different capacities. And this is all, it's all poetry, and I love poetry again. And so, yeah, this is what I'm going to be reading. I read it on the plane ride back, but not well enough, I think. I want to revisit it too. So, yeah, so this is one, Homing. And because Veer has been kind enough to give me Pamuk for the month, I am giving her one particular collection of short stories that I'm really, really fond of. It's Paradici, The Thing Around Your Neck.
Yay! I've been excited about this book.
It is stunning, vivid, beautiful voice, and varied voice in each story. And I think it's made writing very different for me. Mm-hmm. Like, you know how you read something, you just realize that you go through the writing process with the writer. It's written like that, and I think it's really, really interesting. So I want her to read this, definitely, this month as a treat.
Not this month.
Not as a dare, but as a treat. So that's why she doesn't read this month. She can read it at leisure, but it's a treat.
I think I'll start the next month with this book, maybe. Thank you very much. Woohoo.
Alright.
So, we are now done with all the books. There were a lot of books. This video was pretty long, but it was pretty interesting.
17 books. 18 books.
17, 18? Yeah. And I will leave links to all of these books below in the description box to whichever I can find. And let me know if you spotted a favorite, if you've read any of these, or if you think Pia or I should pick a book before the rest of them. We'd love to know your opinions on whatever books we've spoken about. And yeah, I think we really enjoy doing this because it's a good bookish.
Fun.
Yeah, we love talking about books, and we just love talking in general. Yeah,
I'm sure you can tell. Yeah, I'm sure you can tell.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. So I think we'll be coming up with more videos together.
Oh, I would like that.
Which is exciting.
Wherever. Things are falling from my head.
And yeah, so like I said before, Pia will help me pick a couple of books for my next month's reading list. So we'll have that video coming up pretty soon. And thank you for watching. Do let us know what you thought about it and all the books that you've seen. And I will see you in my next one.
And maybe see me sometimes soon.
I think they will.
Okay then.
Bye.
This has been fun.
Together.
Say thank you.
No.
And then I'll say
No.